David Muir, ABC's World News Tonight, America's most watched newscast. Now streaming same day with all the breaking news of the day on Disney Plus. Most watched, most trusted. Now on Disney Plus every night.
Tonight, the breaking news, the dangerous flooding, a BJ's roof collapsing, people trapped, trees down in New York City, and the plane making a hard landing in the East River. You'll see it. The images coming in tonight, that roof collapsing in New Jersey, shoppers inside. Major cities, Philadelphia, New York City in the danger zone, more than 60 million Americans on alert. Up to 3 inches of rain per hour possible in some places, potentially 8 inches total. Tonight, the water rescues as drivers are trapped by rising floodwaters. The storms downing trees and power lines, knocking out power. The dangerous heat wave, the death toll, people found dead in their homes and some in their cars. Meteorologist Ginger Zee is standing by with the forecast. Tonight, the seaplane making a harrowing hard landing in New York's East River. Video from inside the plane tonight. Passengers describing the moment they hit the water. The World Cup showdown tonight and the controversy. The top American goal scorer allowed to compete despite a red card suspension. Tonight, President Trump says he made a phone call, but this evening FIFA saying the president's call did not affect their decision. But there is controversy and what was said. A veteran police officer shot dead at the door, coming under fire, answering the call. 4 other officers hurt. A mother and daughter also found dead inside the home. Explosive new allegations tonight rocking a key Senate race that many Democrats were hoping could shift the balance of power in the Senate. But now these new allegations tonight for the Democrat in that race. Tonight, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk. In court, Charlie Kirk's parents and his widow, Erica, right there. The tributes tonight for the singer behind the song Party Rock Anthem. The terrifying moments tonight when a self-driving car runs into live fireworks, and you'll see it. And did a passenger plane get hit by fireworks while trying to land? At America 250, we heard from so many of you at home about our 24 hours of coverage, our teams all over this country, and what you said about our big reveal, taking you to the 7 natural wonders of America, and what we're now doing because of it.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to be back with all of you at home after the 4th of July holiday, and I just want to thank you. So many of you tuned in for our 24 hours of coverage of America 250, and more on that later. But we do begin tonight here with the dangerous flash flooding in the Northeast, massive amounts of rain, a BJ's roof collapsing with shoppers inside, also that plane that made a hard landing right on the East River in New York City. But first tonight, Monmouth County on the Jersey Shore receiving some of the highest rain totals. Incredible pictures there. That roof at a BJ's warehouse coming down with shoppers inside the store. Remarkably, no one was seriously hurt. Tonight, the drone video showing part of that building completely destroyed. In some places, 3 inches an hour, more than half a foot of rain in some spots, turning roads into rivers, stranding drivers, several trees and power lines coming down across the Northeast, New York City to New Jersey, knocking out power. Tonight, there is still rain coming, and the new concern and the dangerous heat, the death toll, people found in their homes, some found in their cars. Ginger Zee is standing by, and ABC's Matt Rivers leading us off tonight.
Tonight, water rescues unfolding in the Northeast, torrential rain swamping drivers, and with millions under flood threat, terrifying video showing a big box store's roof caving in. Local officials poring over this video of the roof caving in at a BJ's Wholesale Club in Monmouth County, New Jersey.
The primary, secondary, and tertiary searches with the dog and the indoor drone have all been negative. Police
say 2 people were briefly trapped, but no one was hurt. Ken Collada shot this just before it collapsed.
I heard the loudest boom. It actually made my ears ring. And I didn't know what it was, to be honest.
Up to 8 inches of rain in spots, drivers inundated near Philadelphia. And in the Pittsburgh suburbs, a 12-foot sinkhole opening up on a road right in front of a hospital. Overnight, storms packing high winds took down trees all over New York City.
Hundreds of trees just like this one fell during the storms that passed through over the weekend. And now, as crews like that guy there and the cherry picker do their best to clear the streets of fallen debris, they're dealing with intense rain that's going to last right through tomorrow.
Even light rail service was disrupted because of so many trees on the tracks. The storms are breaking the hottest stretch of weather in more than 14 years, multiple records broken, and tonight that heat turning deadly. New Jersey officials say they've confirmed at least 29 heat-related fatalities.
Unfortunately, many of these individuals were found in homes without air conditioning. A few were outside of their residence, some on the street, and some even in parked cars.
David, we're here in Monmouth County, and I want to show you something. From above, you can actually see the section of the roof of that BJ's that caved in. 27 people inside at the time. Amazingly, no one injured. We remain under a flood watch tonight. Coastal areas under threat through tomorrow. David?
The weight of that rain. Matt Rivers leading us off tonight. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Zee tracking it all for us here on a Monday night. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, David. So, yes, we still have heavy rains falling. You can barely see the bridge behind me. Otisville, New York, more than 7.7 inches of rain, just one of the big totals, and the flood alerts are up on that map. The flash flood warnings even for a place like St. Mary's, Pennsylvania. So tonight, New Haven over to Newport, even New Bedford, Massachusetts, those alerts go till 2 p.m. tomorrow. Most of us will get rid of it tonight, but it's that area that's highlighted in red with the significant risk of flash flooding. You could still see 2 to 3 inch per hour rainfall rates on top of the half foot or so that some people have had. We time it out, and by tomorrow morning, if you have an early morning commute along coastal Connecticut, I-95 through Rhode Island into Massachusetts, please be careful. Some of those rivers and creeks could be starting to really get very full. And speaking of that heat, it's over here, but you go south of North Carolina, a place like Charleston could feel like more than 110 this week, David.
All right, Ginger Zee. And by the way, great to have you back from your home state of Michigan. You were great on America 250.
Same to you.
Thanks, Ginger. We'll see you first thing in the morning. We move on to the other news tonight in New York City. Tonight, a seaplane making that harrowing hard landing in New York City's East River. Tonight, we have the video from inside the plane, and here's Gio Benitez.
Tonight, these dramatic images taken inside a seaplane. Capturing the hard landing in the East River near Brooklyn, New York.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. The plane down on the water.
The Kodiak 100 seaplane with 8 people on board, seen in this video verified by ABC News, skipping across the water and then crashing down around noon on Sunday.
Basically, we hit the water and then we went up and then we bounced back down.
16-year-old Chloe Todd filming inside, she and her grandma Ada taking the flight home from the Hamptons.
What happened?
Pontoon broke. The landing causing one of the plane's struts to break. The aircraft seen leaning on one side, one wing in the water.
So everybody on the left side had to lean to the right side so we would be able to balance out the plane.
Bystanders taking this video appearing to show the plane flying very close to a helicopter before landing.
That was entirely too close.
Rescuers racing to the scene, helping everyone to safety. Only 2 people suffering minor injuries. And David, the NTSB says the seaplane sustained substantial damage during that hard landing. They're investigating tonight, along with the FAA. David?
Gio Benitez with us tonight. Gio, thank you. We're going to turn now to the World Cup controversy tonight involving the U.S. men's team. The top American goal scorer allowed to compete despite a red card suspension. Tonight, President Trump now says he made a phone call, but this evening FIFA says the president's call did not affect their decision. Here's Trevor Ault in Seattle.
As tens of thousands of fans descend on Seattle tonight, let's go! There's growing global controversy surrounding the match between the U.S. and Belgium. The American men will be joined on the pitch by their leading goal scorer, striker Folarin Balogun, after FIFA's rare decision to reverse his red card suspension.
They made the right decision because, number one, it wasn't a foul. And you want to see a game with your best players.
Balogun received that red card for this tackle in last week's win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. At the time, FIFA said the call could not be appealed, triggering an automatic suspension for the Belgium match. But President Trump says he called FIFA's president, Gianni Infantino.
All I did, I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul. And, you know, again, I'm good at this stuff.
Then yesterday, FIFA announced it was suspending Balogun's one-game ban for a year, and the star is free to play tonight, with FIFA's president insisting Trump's call did not influence the decision. Belgium says they're astonished at the ruling. They filed their own appeal to FIFA. That appeal was denied. Now coaches from several other nations like England and Norway say they're also outraged, with one German coach saying, quote, "This is our sport, not theirs." The Americans say this was a necessary correction for a bad call.
I think we celebrate all that decision. We were punished enough against Bosnia and Herzegovina to play with 10 men, 30 minutes in a decision that was completely unfair.
Just moments ago, Belgium took the lead over the U.S. But if the U.S. comes back to win, they'd be in the final 8 teams, a feat they've only done once before.
USA!
day.
Fans in Seattle say they're ready.
Us against the world. It's always been that way. Let's go.
Now, David, FIFA has deferred some suspensions in the past, including for Portugal star Cristiano Ronaldo. And regardless of the controversy, I can tell you there's a lot of American fans here very happy to have Balogun back. David?
We'll be watching Trevor Ault tonight. Trevor, thank you. Now to the deadly shooting in Ohio tonight. A veteran police officer shot dead at the door, coming under fire, answering the call. 4 other officers hurt, and tonight we've learned a mother and daughter were also found dead inside the home. Here's Rhiannon Alley.
A devastated community mourning the loss of one of their own tonight after an Ohio officer was killed in a dramatic shootout.
And you shut up the door again. Okay.
Just south of Cleveland Sunday night, Rittman police responded to what they say was some type of disturbance. Neighbors calling 911 to report a break-in and shots fired. When officers arrived, they were met with gunfire. Seen here in newly released body camera video. Several officers and a police dog were injured in the shootout. The suspect, a mom and her teen daughter inside, were killed. A 10-year police veteran, Sergeant Scott Reese, shot and killed 2. Reese remembered tonight as a husband, a father, and a dedicated member of the community. David, the investigation continues as tonight a candlelight vigil will honor a hero who made the ultimate sacrifice. David?
Rhiannon Alley reporting. Rhiannon, thank you. We turn now to explosive new allegations tonight, rocking a key Senate race that many Democrats were hoping could potentially shift the balance of power in the Senate. But tonight, these new allegations, and where does the Maine Senate race go from here? ABC's Jay O'Brien tonight.
It's one of the year's most closely watched Senate races, a must-win for Democrats hoping to take back control of Congress. But tonight, Maine Democrat Graham Platner, whose campaign has been rocked by scandals, now announcing he's taking time to reflect on the best path forward. It comes after Politico reported a former girlfriend's claim Platner sexually assaulted her 5 years ago.
Regardless of the inaccuracy of the reporting, but mindful of the political reality it will inflict, we are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward.
Politico reports Platner's accuser, Jenny Rasico, dated him on and off starting in 2019. She claims that in 2021, he showed up at her home almost blackout drunk. Rasico telling Politico, I had been telling him these words like, no, don't. I just realized that like I'm in a situation where there's no consent here. Rasico today speaking to CNN.
I remember very specifically saying, I'm not into this.
Saying Platner forced her to have sex against her will.
Any accusation of non-consensual behavior is categorically false.
Democrats had set their sights on Maine's longtime Republican Senator Susan Collins, seeing her as particularly vulnerable this year. Platner bringing a shot of energy to the race, but his scandals quickly piling up. Another girlfriend accusing him of abusive behavior, which he has denied. But he acknowledges sending sexual messages to multiple women shortly after he was married in 2023, and that he covered up a tattoo resembling a Nazi image on his chest, saying he didn't know its meaning. Through it all, Platner urging Maine voters to stick with him.
David, tonight the Maine Democratic Party is calling on Platner to drop out. The timing here is critical. He has until July 13th to withdraw from the race for the party to be able to, by law, replace him on the ballot come November. That deadline is exactly a week from today. David.
Just a few days to make his decision here. Jay O'Brien tonight. Jay, thanks. Tonight, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk in court today with Charlie Kirk's parents and his widow, Erica, right there, all listening as evidence was presented, some of it graphic. ABC's Kana Whitworth was in the courtroom.
Heightened security in Utah today as an armored escort whisked accused killer Tyler Robinson into a Provo courthouse guarded by SWAT officers. A tactical team with long guns taking position on rooftops. The parents of Charlie Kirk and his widow Erica facing his alleged assassin for the first time at a preliminary hearing. Donald Trump Jr. seated with them.
Mr. Robinson, good morning. For the record, the court also recognizes the presence of Miss Erica Kirk. Miss Kirk, good morning.
It was an emotional day for the Kirk family, who left the courtroom during graphic testimony.
A lot of people were screaming, standing up, and starting to run in all different directions away from the center of the tent.
Prosecutors laying out their case in a mini-trial to convince a judge there's enough evidence to try Robinson for gunning down the conservative activist at his event at Utah Valley University.
It's a graphic video. Mr. Phillips was positioned towards the front of the crowd, and it does depict the moment that Mr. Kirk is shot.
Some videos so disturbing, the judge visibly flinched. as he watched the moment Kirk was assassinated. Supporters of the Kirk family in the courtroom, who could only hear the audio, brought to tears.
And David, when those videos played, Tyler Robinson looked away. He has not yet entered a plea, but if tried and convicted, he could face the death penalty. David.
All right, Kana Whitworth live tonight. Kana, thank you. When we come back here, the massive fire, smoke seen for miles, concern over air quality, and the days-long effort now to try to get this fire under control. We'll have more on this in a moment. Also ahead, did a passenger plane get hit by fireworks while trying to land? What the pilot said. Tributes tonight for the singer featured in the hit song Party Rock Anthem. And America 250. We heard from so many of you about our 24 hours of coverage, our team all over this country. What you said about our big reveal, the 7 natural wonders of America, and what we're now doing because of it. More on that in just a moment. I'll be right back. Tonight, a massive warehouse fire in West Virginia is now contained. Thick black smoke could be seen for miles from the complex in Parkersburg. The fire starting early Saturday, housing plastic materials, prompting public health concerns. More than 24 fire departments, including crews from Ohio, responding to the blaze. Still no word tonight on the cause. Tonight, authorities believe a firework hit a Delta passenger plane as it was coming in for landing at Chicago's Midway Airport. A pilot telling air traffic control that he heard a loud bang Saturday night. That jet was still more than 200 feet off the ground at the time. Delta tonight saying the flight did land safely without damage. They are investigating. When we come back here, the terrifying moments when a self-driving taxi drives right into live fireworks, and you'll see it. Also tonight, the tributes for the singer behind an anthem you'll know. To the index of other news, terrifying moments for riders in a self-driving taxi when their Waymo car drove right into live fireworks in San Francisco. Those passengers yelling as sparks erupted in the middle of the street on Saturday. They were not hurt, but one rider said she was in shock that the car drove right into it. The company tonight saying it is, quote, evaluating ways to strengthen Waymo's resilience in major traffic disruptions. Well, tonight, music fans are remembering singer Folarin Bennett behind an anthem that we all know. Bennett is best known for her vocals on the hit dance song Party Rock Anthem. Her death confirmed on social media by members of her former group GRL. No word tonight on the cause of death. Folarin Bennett was just 37 years old. When we come back here tonight, I've heard from so many of you at home what you said about our 24 hours of reporting, celebrating America 250, our big reveal, the natural wonders of America, and what we now plan to do because of what you said. Finally tonight here, we just wanted to say thank you to so many of you at home who tuned in during our 24 hours of reporting, celebrating America 250, our teams all across this country, and our reveal of the 7 natural wonders of America.
We heard from so many of you at home after our 24 hours on the air, celebrating America's 250th, revealing the 7 natural wonders of America with National Geographic.
You look at this tree, this is older than America.
Yeah.
As we mark 250,
America.
It's what, 400,
Exactly.
500 years old.
One viewer, Mia, writing me on Instagram, I want to thank you and ABC. Some of it brought tears to my eyes, and it was so wonderful to experience the joy and wonder of what our country is really all about. There was Diane in the Appalachian Mountains.
I see an elk, Diane. Shh, shh, shh.
Another viewer, Rebecca, writing me, beautiful. Glad for the wonderful places you and your amazing team at ABC shared with us to celebrate beautiful America. There was Juju, who took us to the active volcano in Hawaii. Sunset on the summit.
This is literally one of the most beautiful things I've ever witnessed in my life.
A viewer writing, I am humbled by experiencing this special. Thank you for sharing all of this with America. There was Robin in the Everglades with the original stewards of these lands. A viewer writing, a great day of appreciation of the land and the people. Well done. Deborah at Yellowstone, Michael at Niagara Falls, and our trip to the Grand Canyon. This is Horseshoe Bend. Americans taking in Horseshoe Bend, the howling winds at the edge of the canyon, high up over the Colorado River. And back in the Redwoods, the elk that approached us during our interview.
This is incredible. Look at how close they're coming.
It's nice. It's beautiful. One viewer writing me, our country is truly amazing, from sea to shining sea. We were as moved as all of you at home, and we're determined to keep reporting on the wonders of America.
Well, we really did love our journey all across this great country, the wonders we witnessed, the people we met, and we're now streaming all of this. You can watch Disney Celebrates America on Disney Plus and on Hulu. We break it down hour by hour. And of course, we'll continue to report on the wonders of America right here on World News Tonight. I'm David Muir. I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Good night.
David Muir, the most trusted, most watched newscast in America. And now, World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the 4th year in a row.